It seems like every week we're getting a new record low for Doctor Who. Well, because we are. It's really, really bad. I actually thought that we wouldn't hit this again because of the uptick. I had a reasoning for where I thought this was going to go in terms of the trajectory of the show. But no, people are really tuning out in mass. They're just done with it. And I'm almost convinced that like these are just the amount of people that like left on their TV sets by mistake, because that seems to be as far as it is at this point, is I don't know anybody watching this. I mean, I'm the only one who reviewed the last episode. Pretty bad stuff. Lucky Day was just a train wreck, and what a waste. Like, if you're doing 8 episodes a season, if you do one that doesn't star your main star, the Doctor, and doesn't really progress anything because the companion in question's already phased out of the show, why would you do that anyway? Like, I mean, what's the draw for this? Oh, well, there's no reason for it, and that's probably why people tuned out to begin with. If they actually saw the episode, they probably would have been more offended by it than anything. But you can check out that review if you want to watch that. It's on the channel from yesterday. Please hit the like and subscribe button as we talk about all things Doctor Who. Really appreciate you being here. And I am a science fiction writer. If you like my thoughts on science fiction, I urge you to check out my Orion War Trilogy. This is The Stars Entwined. It starts here, and it's a 3-book trilogy, obviously, about a human who embeds himself on an alien starship in the middle of an interstellar war. You're going to really love this. It's in the description below. It's available on ebook, print, and audio to make it easy for you. And I appreciate you guys for being here and supporting our science fiction. If you need a showrunner now, guys, I am available, BBC. You can hire me. I can right the ship of Doctor Who and make people care again, make it great again. Let me know. My people are waiting for your phone call, so thank you. Grab this in the description below. Thank you for supporting our channel. All right. Doctor Who has continually set record ratings lows with the Ncuti Gatwa era, but in the latest episode, somebody I got a comment yesterday because I know it grates some people that I say Ncuti Gatwa, but that's how you spell it. I just refuse to. It's shooty. No, I do it just to bother you. Yes, I know, is the answer. And if you're in the middle of the video, now you know that. All right. Lucky Day crashed to levels thought impossible with only 1.5 million viewers in the overnight ratings. It's been a couple of bad years for Doctor Who. The Disney Plus era showrunner Russell T Davies has been met with universal fan disdain as the show has leaned heavily into identity politics and its extreme leftist agenda. In fact, this entire season has been a big lash out at the fans. If you looked at the first episode, it was a lash out at gamers, and even went and called it Planet of the Incels as he's attacking the negative fan base out there with that. He referenced R.I.P. Doctor Who in the Lux episode, the second one there. And then he skipped one because he did a callback to David Tennant's era's Midnight on the last episode, which actually increased in ratings a little bit from the second. And then this one, it's a big screw you to online commentary, to conspiracy theorists, to people who have gone out there and done independent journalism work on this topic, with the bizarre message of like, hey, all these government like black ops organizations, you should just totally like respect them and accept all their things because they're just here to protect you. Really weird messaging, and I don't know how that's or who that's supposed to fly with in 2025, but that's what they did. So that's where we're at this junction. At this juncture, the 60th anniversary specials hit lows for Doctor Who specials, and then of course that was only superseded by this year's Christmas special, which became the lowest rated special of all time. And a bunch of episodes last year did terrible as well. And the lowest it ended up getting was 2.05 million for the overnight ratings. I expected last season to drop below 2 million on that. But it didn't. It just held there for a little bit. People wanted to finish out the season, see if there was leading to anything, because Russell T Davies plots often have these like little puns and little things that you got to figure out and piece together along the way for the mysterious reveal at the end. He likes to do that kind of thing. And it turned out the Sutek thing was just a big eye-rolling disaster, so people just did not come back into Season 2. Season 2 premiered at a paltry 2 million, which is weird that the premiere was that low. And then Lux hit a low of 1.58 million on the overnight ratings, and actually then once the full ratings came in, it turned out it was the lowest rated and least watched episode of Doctor Who of all time. Now, this could only go down from here, you think. Now, here's what I thought, and here's the reason I thought that it would uh, you know, go a little better for at least a little while, at least. The third episode actually popped up to 1.86 million. Now, I guess the reason it did so was because it was a little more sci-fi looking, and it called back to the David Tennant episode Midnight, and so people wanted to see the follow-up on that. It generated a little bit of buzz among Who fans. I actually thought because Lux premiered over Easter weekend that maybe that just dropped that low because everybody was out with their families. They weren't watching anything, and so that was kind of like that where they went with it. But no, it looks like that was a fluke just because of the midnight callback and just because of the continuity people who were interested in that there. Because Lucky Day now is down to 1.5 million in overnight ratings. And yes, it went lower than Lux. So if you don't have something relating to David Tennant and his era in there, we've learned that even less people are watching it. Like I said, this is at such a low point at this point. I wonder how many of those are even actually watching the show rather than just leaving a television on, because this seems to be the ratings levels where it's really dangerous territory. Now, they've gone out and they said that there was no decision on what they were going to do after this yet. That, of course, it's up in the air. It just depends on how season 2 does, and nobody's been fired or anything like that. It looks like all of that is out the window at this point. There is no way that this gets renewed. They're not doing a Christmas special this year. It's over on that level. I had rumors, which we posted this weekend, where they actually have filmed Gatwa's regeneration scene, where he doesn't regenerate into a new Doctor. You don't get to see who it is because they haven't cast anybody on that level. And Russell T Davies has been rumored out as showrunner for a long, long time. So I think they're going to go on hiatus, pause Doctor Who. They're gonna do like what Marvel and Disney is Doctor Who fatigue, right? This is probably what they're gonna do with this. Sadly, rather than actually just try to right the ship right there. And they're going to try to relaunch it in like 5 years or something like that with somebody else, maybe. Because this is a complete train wreck. They have destroyed the brand on every single level. And this has been going on. I mean, the big mistake they made, the real big mistake they made, was casting a female Doctor, period. When they did Jodie Whittaker, that was the end of it, because at that point, it's like, you're done. You've ruined your hero. You've turned it into some like commentary for transgenderism. And, it just leaves a stink, a DEI stink on it that you can't erase. It got even worse with Gatwa. I really feel like if they just had him there and they didn't make him all fruity and gay and over the top on that level, making out with dudes on the show. And this last episode even had one where the villain guy, asked Ruby Sunday if the Doctor was her boyfriend, and she said, "No, he's more likely to flirt with you, if you know what I mean." Something like that. Not a direct quote. It was but she did say that about the flirting, and it's like, oh gosh, this is cringe that people just don't want to see. And when you have a character and your audience is mostly straight white males, which they don't want to admit because they don't like straight white males, and you turn it into something gay, those straight white males tune out. They don't come back because you just can't ungay things. And that's really where they've gone at this point. And so it's really, really tough. Now, they do have an out in the storyline, and it is that David Tennant bi-generated and still exists as the Doctor somewhere out there. And this is, therefore, a fake Doctor, like a clone, and you can say that this was never real or whatnot. You can do that. I don't know how to get rid of the Jodie Whittaker element of it, right? That's the only issue with that. I'm sure there's some wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff we can come up with on that level. But you do that, and you start from there, and then you reboot, get rid of this, make this so it wasn't the Doctor, and make it so it was like some indistinct Time Lord or whatever. Maybe even the Veil Yard if you want to do a villain sort of thing with this, and make it really insidious and really just put your stamp on it that this was a bad thing. And I think you could move forward at that point. And I think you could end up with something that the fans would go, okay, that was a good way to write out that era, which was really not Doctor Who whatsoever. It was just Russell T Davies putting his Pride Parade politics on display and trying to shove them down everybody's throats. and nobody liked it. And so we're just going to pretend that doesn't exist. That's the only way to come back from here, in my opinion. What do you guys think about my plot idea? Leave a comment in the comments down below. Love to hear from you. And yes, BBC, call me if you like it. And please check out my science fiction in the description below as well. Grab this on ebook, print, and audio. Hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll be back soon.